If you drive an automatic car, this video could literally save you thousands in repair bills. Modern automatic transmissions are marvels of engineering, packed with complex hydraulics, intricate gear sets, and sophisticated electronics. But most drivers treat them like they're indestructible. The truth is, one small, seemingly harmless habit could be slowly destroying your transmission, and you wouldn't even know it until it's too late. Today, we're breaking down 10 things you should never do in an automatic car, plus some bonus tips at the end that even seasoned drivers miss. So buckle up, because this list might just change how you drive forever. This is DeBoss Auto, helping you drive smarter, safer, and longer. Number 1. Shifting into park before the car is completely stopped. You might be creeping into a parking spot and think, hey, close enough. Don't. Even if the car is rolling at just 1 mile per hour, shifting into park forces a small metal pin called the parking pal to try and lock a rotating gear in the transmission. Imagine jamming a stick into the spokes of a moving bicycle wheel. That jarring clunk you hear is the sound of metal-on-metal violence. Do it enough, and that pal can chip, bend, or shear off completely. Once that goes, your car can roll away unexpectedly, and you're looking at a massive repair bill. The rule is simple. Your speedometer must read 0 before that shifter ever moves to P. Number 2. Revving the engine in neutral and slamming it into drive. This might feel like a cool launch control move from a movie, but what you're really doing is called a neutral drop. You're spinning the engine up to thousands of RPM, then suddenly demanding the transmission connect that power to the stationary wheels. All that explosive energy slams into the torque converter and the internal clutch packs without warning. It's one of the fastest and most brutal ways to shatter internal components, strip gears, and completely ruin your gearbox. Automatic transmissions are designed for smooth power delivery, not for drag racing stunts. If you want to accelerate quickly, do it the right way, from a complete stop, in drive, and let the car's engineering do the work. Number 3. Coasting in neutral to save fuel. This is an old myth that needs to be retired. It might have been true for carbureted cars from the 1980s, but modern automatic cars are far smarter. When you coast downhill in drive, the wheels turn the transmission, which in turn keeps the engine spinning. The Engine Control Unit, or ECU, recognizes this and activates a feature called deceleration fuel cutoff, completely stopping the flow of fuel to the injectors. You're literally using zero fuel. When you shift to neutral, the engine has to burn fuel just to keep itself idling. Worse, you lose all engine braking, forcing you to rely more heavily on your brakes. And critically, you have less control. If you suddenly need to accelerate to avoid a hazard, you first have to waste precious seconds shifting back into gear. It's less efficient and less safe. Number 4. Shifting between drive and reverse while still moving. We've all been tempted to do it when executing a quick 3-point turn. You're rolling backward, and you shift into drive just before stopping to save a second. Don't do it. Inside your transmission, a complex system of bands and clutches has to engage to change direction. When you shift while moving, you're forcing those components to act as a brake, fighting against the car's momentum. It's like asking your gearbox to fight itself, putting immense stress on the entire drivetrain. This rolling reverse is a surefire way to cause premature wear and tear. Always come to a full and complete stop before changing directions. Number 5. Using the gear shifter as a handrest. This one feels harmless, right? You're cruising along, your hands just chilling on the shifter. No big deal? Actually, it can be. The gear selector is connected to the transmission via a linkage and a series of bushings. Even the slight constant weight of your hand can cause premature wear on these components and the selector fork itself. Over time, this can lead to a sloppy, loose-feeling shifter. And in modern cars with electronic shifters, it can even wear out the sensors that tell the car's computer which gear you're in. Your hands belong on the steering wheel, giving you better control and letting the shifter do its job without interference. Number 6. Riding the brake. This is when you keep your foot lightly pressed on the brake pedal while driving, even when you don't intend to slow down. It's a common habit for nervous drivers, but it's a bad one. You're not just wearing out your brake pads and rotors and confusing drivers behind you. You're also sending mixed signals to your car's transmission. The constant brake signal can prevent the torque converter's lockup clutch from engaging properly, This clutch is designed to create a solid link between the engine and transmission at cruising speeds for better fuel efficiency. Riding the brake can cause it to slip or cycle on and off, generating excessive heat, the #1 enemy of a transmission. Let the car coast when you don't need to brake. Keep your foot off the pedal unless you need to slow down. Smooth is smart. Number 7. Ignoring warning signs. Your car will often tell you when something is wrong. Do you hear a clunk when shifting gears? Feel a shudder or delay when you accelerate? Have you noticed a burning smell, almost like burnt toast? Or seen reddish fluid spots on your driveway? These are all cries for help from your transmission. Ignoring these signs is a huge gamble. A small sensor issue that costs a couple $100s to fix can quickly cascade into a catastrophic internal failure, leading to a $4,000 or more transmission replacement. At the first sign of trouble, get it checked out by a professional. Don't let small issues turn into giant wallet-draining headaches. Number 8. Neglecting your transmission fluid. This is one of the most critical yet overlooked maintenance items. Your transmission fluid does 3 vital jobs. It lubricates moving parts, it cools the unit by carrying away heat, and it provides the hydraulic pressure needed to shift gears. Over time, this fluid breaks down from heat and becomes contaminated with tiny metal shavings. When it's low or dirty, it stops being a lubricant and effectively becomes liquid sandpaper, grinding away at the delicate internals. Unlike engine oil, transmission fluid failures often give no warning until it's catastrophically too late. Check your owner's manual for the recommended service interval. It's usually between 30,000 and 60,000 miles. This simple preventative maintenance could save your car and your wallet. Number 9. Relying only on park when on a hill. When you park on an incline, do you just throw it in park, turn off the car, and walk away? That's a bad move. Doing so puts the entire weight of your 2-ton vehicle on that same tiny parking pole we talked about earlier. Ever notice that loud thunk when you shift out of park on a hill? That's the sound of the pole being violently yanked free from the load. Over time, this can cause it to jam, wear out, or snap completely. The correct procedure is crucial. With your foot still on the main brake, engage the parking brake firmly. Then, release the foot brake for a second to let the car's weight settle onto the parking brake. Finally, press the brake again and shift into park. This way, the brake holds the car, not the transmission. Remember the order: parking brake first, then park. And number 10, idling and drive for long periods. Whether you're waiting for someone or stuck in a long drive-through line, letting your car idle and drive with your foot on the brake for extended periods is not ideal. When you do this, the torque converter is in a stall state. It's trying to move the car forward, but the brakes are holding it back. This constant slipping action generates a significant amount of heat in the transmission fluid, accelerating its breakdown and causing wear on internal seals. If you know you're going to be stationary for more than a minute or two, it's better to shift into neutral or park. This disengages the transmission and allows it and its fluid to cool down. Now for our bonus tips. First, and this is the one most people skip, actually read your owner's manual. It sounds boring, but it is your transmission's best friend. It tells you exactly when to change fluids and, critically, what specific type of fluid to use. Using the wrong type, like putting Dexron where Mercon is required, can destroy a transmission. Bonus tip number 2. Don't tow beyond your car's limit. Your manual will list a maximum towing capacity for a reason. Exceeding it puts an enormous strain on your transmission, causing it to overheat rapidly. If you plan to tow regularly, even within the limit, consider getting an external transmission cooler installed. Finally, let's bust a couple of common myths in a quick quanda. Myth 1. Is it bad to use the manual shift mode? Absolutely not. These systems are designed to be used. They give you more control for engine braking on hills or for more engaging driving. The car's computer has safeguards and won't let you select a gear that would cause damage. Myth 2. Do I need to warm up my car for 5 minutes before driving? Not anymore. The best way to warm up a modern car is to drive it gently for the first few minutes. This warms up the engine, transmission, and tires together. And there you have it, 10 critical mistakes to avoid, plus some expert tips and myth busting. The common thread here is simple. Be smooth, be deliberate, and be mindful. An automatic transmission is not a magic box. It's a piece of high-precision machinery that will reward you with longevity if you treat it with a little mechanical sympathy. Which of these were you guilty of? Be honest. Let us know in the comments below. And if you have any other automatic car tips, share them with the community. If this video helped you become a smarter driver, give it a like, share it with a friend who needs to see this. And be sure to subscribe for more real-world car tips that can save you serious time and money. Drive safe, and we'll see you in the next one.